Alright, what's up, yins guys? I do a video here. I was seeing on the TV news it become a newsworthy subject that like YouTube is gonna disable the comments for anybody in certain younger age groups on YouTube. I don't know what all kind of videos that affects, and does that affect the age groups of you know what I mean? The say other people of their own age can't comment either, just disable the comments completely. I don't know, but I've been talking on way before that ever became news. I've talked on my social media about a certain subject because of everything that I'm into and doing my own videos. And bear with me, if you will, on social media. There's certain friends and people that in my area too that I'm in contact with on social media. And they have kids, right? I don't got no kids, and my girlfriend's kids are grown and everything and married and all that stuff. But me and a girlfriend talk about this. Say if we have kids, there are certain things that we wouldn't want our kids being on YouTube. It depends. I mean, I wouldn't keep them from being on YouTube. It depends where they are in a house in YouTube. I mean, I want to say an example here to plead my case and all that. Say if I was a father, me and my girlfriend, say, had a kid, whether it was a girl or a boy, especially a girl or whatever, or pretend that my girlfriend had a kid, right, and I was a stepdad. I'd be like concerned about, if they want to do talking blogs on YouTube. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because, all right, not to bring myself too much in it, okay, any yins guys that are following the circles that subscribe to me, we're subscribed to each other because we're kind of amateur in a way, doing our exercises for different reasons, and like especially doing the splits. Okay, and here's why I say this. I Google myself, okay, to see where my stuff is showing up, right? And we want to see if YouTube is actually censoring us. Well, if you're doing talking blogs, we want to know if we're being censored, or YouTube is being biased, or Google's being biased, or not so much biased, but when we Google ourselves, we want to see like everything we put that's showing up, right? And when you see, yourself showing up, you're seeing other people doing the splits. If you Google doing the splits, you're going to get all kind of shit over there, right? And what troubles me and some of my friends is when you get young kids, okay, and I don't know if there's anybody of a certain age, watching this too, that are just under 20 years old or under a certain age. I'm not saying, I don't want anybody that's like, especially in their teens, almost 20, or saying, because we all swear too. They'd be saying, bleep you, how dare you not allow, you say you can't be on YouTube. I'm not saying that. My concern is, like, for example, you're doing your stuff on how to do the splits. I mean, all kids do the splits. If I had kids, what I would do is, whether I'm there or not, maybe, on the outside, where places they do their sports, maybe on a gym floor, a basketball court that's outside, or places, try to create an activity-worthy environment. Because here's why I'm saying this. One thing I will not allow, and if any of you people that have kids, this is not good, you should agree with me. The worst place to do videos how to do your splits, because it does freaking show up when you have on a topic, it shows up in recommendations on YouTube. I mean, I watch my own freaking videos and I get recommendations. If I was looking at yoga people of all kind, I'm looking at all kind of things like yoga people on the YouTube, right? And you're going to get recommendations, whether you want them or not. And I Google myself, there's people's kids showing up in Google, and you do not, the worst place the kids should not be doing at all. I mean, the number one worst place, I think, the worst setting in a YouTube video, if you will, I would not allow this as a kid. I could not believe this myself. In their rooms, where their beds are and stuff like that. And I mean, that's like not good. The kids that are doing this, they don't even freaking realize. It's all over the freaking YouTube and all that stuff too. And what it is whether anybody else, I mean, you got probably people that know me that are the yoga circles that are my age and older or a little younger probably know this, because if they Google themselves, it shows up in there. I do it yourself and you show what the hell I mean. I mean, if I was, I wouldn't say they're not allowed to have something on there, but I think if you're a parent or anybody else has kids, if they want to do something like that, make a physical activity, create the environment maybe outside, not in your freaking bedroom, that's because this is not like, your kids blogging back and forth in their bedroom or their room, whatever room, between doing their homework, you know what I mean, blogging with each other. I mean, there's all kind of people watching, you know what I mean, and keep doing the activity, but I think the environment should change, and I think it's, I mean, I made the video because I talk about it like on the social media and all the time, the Facebook and the stuff, and since it made the TV news that they were talking about it, I figure I'd talk about it, because after you hear things on the news so many times, you're going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Does it make sense?